go ahead and kick things off. Amit, you want to start us off?
Yes, Danny, I can start. So today I don't have any regular tasks, so I continue writing test cases. For user module, I have written 30 plus test cases. So tomorrow what I will do, I will start integrating with our GitHub Excel and yeah, try to use the GitHub Excel. JD, can I do that?
What were you trying to do?
So like I have written more than 30 plus test cases for user module. So I want to integrate with our GitHub Excel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, start on that. What do you need from me?
Yeah, so first I will try with myself. If I need any help, I will call you.
Okay.
Meanwhile, John and Danny, if you want to assign me another task, you can assign me. So. You all are mute. Danny.
Yeah, I was trying to get it unmuted. That sounds good, Amit. I'm sure we'll have something.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Let's go to Wells. How you doing, Wells?
Hello, Danny. Hello, everyone. Yeah, doing great. As yesterday, I worked in removing some words from the toast regarding when you share separately. There's a toast that if you click, you navigate to the chat. So I changed some stuff in there, and also I worked on fixing the overlay that was coming on the search entertainment screen. I do have to test that though on the show me how flow, which is that first ever tutorial that comes to the people. I did not open the PR yet because I have to test on that, but the way we are doing that was changed. So the way I knew how to test that has changed. I still have to talk to Amin on how to get that, just to be sure that that is okay. And I'm working on changing the button for the send separately screen. That the layouts for the send separately screen were changed, so the buttons were a little bit smaller. So it may worked on getting those buttons to match the design. But on that screen, when there are two buttons, it's all fine. But once you share with less people, so one or less people, so when you try to ignore the screen or share to only one person, the button, it gets smaller, so it doesn't work well on that screen. So I have to make it so the styles look like they were before. But that button component was totally restructured. So we no longer have the definitions for the styles as they were before. And for what I was looking into the new definition of the styles, we are not handling exactly the button that we had before. So I'm working on implementing that now on this new button. But if possible, I'd like to talk to Ismail later on which definition on the button will be better to do this. So yeah, mainly this tree stuff. And then as soon as I'm okay with the button and I have tested the other screen on the show me how, I'm ready to open the PR with these three major changes that would be good to have in a recent build. And right after that, I can jump back to the send separately suggestions, ignoring user suggestions or adding new users to those suggestions and that kind of thing. So after I finish with these three features, I can go back to that one. That's my updates. So yeah, chatting with Ismail today, it's probably a good idea.
Okay. Thank you, Wells. Amin.
Okay. Yesterday I was finishing up the playground for the lapis. It's all done. I did a push to this flag, but it seems like Brian does not have an iOS phone, but it's like an Android. I'm doing right now, and I can Android API build, so I can send it to you, John. And for Android, it's easier. We would have tried it yesterday if I knew if Brian has an Android.
Yeah, sorry about that. I wish I knew too. I didn't think to ask him because obviously that would have been easier and didn't mean to waste time.
But yeah, today's morning I started working on the new flow, the streamlining, the onboarding, and the favorite. Yeah. So as we discussed yesterday, right now it's like it's gonna be the I just like got the first part done. It's like after the user logged in and see the welcome badge, it will be taken to the profile. So that part it's all done. And if it's only if it's triggered from a deep link, that will maybe Jerry was share with me. So
Okay, let's ask Jerry about that real quick. Did you, remember we're gonna do a deep link to get a business profile to pop up like right away if you download the app, you know, from like a certain QR code. Can you provide that to me?
Oh, it's not ready yet. Let me work on that today.
Okay.
Because it's going to have, it's going to be some link that when clicked, it goes to the, it goes to the App Store or it opens the app if they already have it.
Yeah.
And then we need the one that has like a phone number inside it as well. So we know to generate that record that redirects them to the page after they onboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get that for them today.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah, I got that first part done, so it will be taken to the profile. Since the profile has other stuff going on there, I found out like we have this kind of flow. So if a user tries to do anything else than the favorite thing, it's gonna be like there's a mode that says you are here to favorite.
Yeah, do you remember that from the reward path?
Yeah, do we want that?
Yeah, I think that's the best case because I was gonna mention it because obviously we don't want them navigating to other users' profiles or because there's so many other ways they can navigate from there.
So
Right.
yeah, that would be there as well. It was already there. It's just like it's a toggle, so I just put that on for this flow as well. Right now, it's I'm focusing on the second part. Like when a user do a favorite, it's gonna be the trusted directly step.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my focus.
And when they're done with that step, I don't think we should do the rest of it where it's like, okay, who else would love this, and then a list of names because they're still in onboarding technically, right?
Oh yeah.
So we should end it right there, and bring them back to the next step of onboarding.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. I want to look at it with you too, because it probably needs some type of transition there. Not even a transition, more of just a confirmation. So like you add the favorite, the heart plays, so something where it's like like nice job or you favorited, like something, and then it like continues like now let's find your friends. But something that says like nice job or like you favorited. So let's take a look at that later today. Let's see what makes sense. Okay. So then also, I sent you a couple other things that were sticking out with it was like on the map, there's if check the Slack messages, there's those map markers weren't not looking right for me. I want to see if that's the same for you.
This is the favorites.
No, just going through the wheel, just like your home screen.
Well, the fixes that I did, it was like for the favorites map. So yeah.
I also just got a crash too, from the wheel. Maybe Jerry, you could check Sentry real quick.
Give me a sec.
And it was my test phone. And latest build. Okay, sorry, I mean, so,
Yeah.
I know you only work in the favorites area, but doesn't that, a lot of that bleed into the?
True, that's true, but like there's like a lot of conditions where we apply this in here and not in here. So maybe some cases like that's happening here. That's why those fixes are not applied here as well. I'll see and look into it and see what's going on.
Okay, what do you mean? What fixes aren't applied where?
Like in the favorites map, it's working good. Like if you selected the restaurant, it's like the colors, the pens, and everything is matching, like in the favorites, but not in here. So, and those fixes I just like did them like 4 days ago, so like the last week. So like theoretically, those fixes should be applied in this map as well, the normal way of map, but they are not. Maybe they are put behind the condition. So I will look into that and see. I'm not really sure, but I'll look into it and see.
Okay. Okay, and then how did we end up where if you close the app and reopen it, it brings you to the message lobby? Was that a surprise to you?
Yeah, that's what we agreed on. Like we agreed on if all users, new users coming in, it's gonna be the lobby for them.
Yes, new users,
Mm,
but not like forever. Like like after I'm a new user, then I become an existing user. So like tomorrow, I close the app, I reopen it.
Oh, so my understanding of it was like because I don't have a way. I would understand it correctly if I said like the first time a user going into the onboarding.
Yeah, sorry, maybe you misunderstood me.
Yeah, it's something like because like the discussion and like we worked on it and it stays like that like for a long time, and I thought like that's how we want it.
I guess I probably just didn't notice because I'm like usually just testing, you know.
Well, yeah, I can do it like a new user going to the onboarding for the first time, or it can be the lobby, but like after closes and open, it's gonna be the home. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, stand by on it because it's not like critical. Let me ask Danny, Todd, and Chantel too. I'm curious what you guys think. Right now, anytime you close the app and reopen it from the back, not from the background, but like force close and reopen it, you'll be in the lobby versus the home screen message lobby. Curious what you guys think.
I mean, I actually like it better. I do too. If you have conversations though, which I do.
That's the thing.
The discover feed would actually be better. Because you're seeing fresh content. Again, you have to be following people.
Yeah. Because like brand new users only have maybe a couple messages, like a welcome message from the Sircles buddy, and
That's true.
what's streaming. I mean, it's not empty. So you like it better though?
I personally do, but that's maybe because I just have a lot of conversations going. Well,
right.
Well, no matter what, like opening up to the home screen, there's until we get some movement on that screen, the message lobby would be better.
Okay.
I like it as the message lobby right now, because that's usually where I'm going.
Right. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So I mean,
there is one thing I don't like, which is I can't see my streak.
That's true. I know I lost mine. I was in the dev environment.
I wonder if we should. That's a good point.
24 hour.
Yeah.
What's that?
I think we should put the streak in the message lobby.
Maybe. What were you saying, Chantel? Chantel, you were saying something too. Chantel, you're on mute. Okay, well, sounds like
can you say that again?
You were saying something about.
Oh, I was just saying that that's how I use the app the most, is just using messages. Like, so it makes sense that would be where I would go.
Yeah, because I mean that's going to be if you're using it often.
Yeah.
Probably more likely that you're engaging, sharing, conversing.
Right.
Right. Okay, well, so yeah, so I mean, we'll leave it that as is for now. Let's see, but there was also one other thing, I think. One sec. I did have a question. So when you send that SDK to Brian, you were saying, like he'll be able to just press a button and add a Lottie into the playground. Is that right?
It's gonna be there's an input where he gonna put the URL for the Lottie, whether it's like
Okay.
yeah,
A
And
URL, and it's a dot Lottie, right?
.lottie.json. It doesn't matter.
Really? Okay. So is it pretty easy to find the input?
Yeah, like the playground, it's just like a one screen. Like
Right,
input
so
at
it's
the
just like
top.
opens to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So then, I should be able to do it as well, right?
Yeah, I'll send you the APK right now.
Okay, great. I have an Android. I can use it there. Actually, I could probably use it. Maybe I should use it in test flight because then we'll be testing iOS and Android.
Yeah,
So I'll get
it
it.
is right now. Also, I'm not
Sorry.
sure if
Say that again.
it is in this flight. Like if you check your email,
Mhm.
you'll find like an invitation. Like it was sent yesterday.
Where's it sent? Where was it sent? Like John at Circles, or do you know what email?
No, the email it was not your name, but it has your name next to it. Oh, I can send you the email that I see.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's probably like an old account I have. So I'll find it.
Okay.
Okay, cool. And it has an invitation.
Yeah, you'll find it in that email.
Okay, cool. I'm looking through.
I just want to say I found the error in session replay, and it says that the application was terminated possibly due to memory usage. But I linked it in the development channel.
Okay, I mean, will you take a look at that, because that did happen when I was using the wheel, and
Okay.
the wheel did do an odd behavior where I spun it around, and it happened so fast. I'm not positive, but I think either I tapped on something and it completely moved to a different category, or it moved to a different category on its own, but it definitely was jumpy. That was new, a new thing.
Okay.
Take a look. Does that error help at all with the memory issue? I mean, does that tell you enough?
Let me look at. Let's see.
Okay. My inbox is not updating for my iCloud account. Why is that? My newest message is from December.
The email that was using this flight, it has like Sean.
Yeah, that's the one I was using from a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was connected to my Outlook inbox, but it's just like my last, I think the last email I got was in December. I think it's actually when I got this new phone. That's probably why. Oh, you know what? I have an old phone though. Let me try on there.
And yeah, the issue that Jerry said in that, like, it's clear it says like RAM, like memory issue. It's just like because it's overused RAM.
Yeah. Well, two things. One, why did that happen now with the wheel? And then, is this also a bigger problem because we cut some other reports of this once in a while?
I don't know why it's now, or maybe because now we start testing the map. In the map, like it's in a heavy component. That's why.
Mm-hmm. Can you log memory spikes and things like that as you use the app in that way? Because
In development, yes. Yeah, I can see the memory. Yes. Yeah.
okay, it would be good to find where it's spiking. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Sentry should be able to tell us too, right? Doesn't it warn along the way for users?
I don't think so. Simply you would be able to tell what's exactly caused the RAM to spike.
Like it won't report spikes?
No, it tells you like the app crashed because of like your RAM spikes, but I will not tell you what exactly causes it. Like it's always generic. Like it's like app terminated because it's overused RAM. But what the cause? I haven't seen it in Sentry, and I don't think it's possible with Sentry.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's something I was wondering. Like, I'm surprised in like session replay we don't get a memory profile with the session replay. That'd be really useful.
Can we look into that, Jerry? They gotta be their like whole thing. You know? It's like their existence is to report that stuff.
Let's see, performance overhead. No, that's talking about session replay. Record memory usage. There's an issue on their GitHub page. Let's see.
Okay. I mean, I'm forwarding you a thought, Lottie. I think it should be. It's one that Brian sent me. It's in Slack now.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how you would copy and paste this, because my choices when I long press on it is copy link. Wait a minute, that was not a choice before. Hold on.
Also, I'm not sure if that link is a public link. Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not public link, so
What's that?
The link, like the Slack link, the copy link option.
Mm-hmm.
That's not public, so you will not be able to access it. Maybe you will need to send you these lotties instead of Slack. Send you those lotties using their like the lottie, like their platform, like where you can add lotties,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
with that you can have a link to use.
Or maybe email.
Well, I mean, their platform like it's the easy one, but like any way to have a public link, even like Cloudinary, if like if he has access to upload to Cloudinary, then we can use it. You can use it as well.
Okay. Okay, cool. I'll figure it out.
If not, like if those link stuff not easy to do, it's like a lot of work for you guys. I can add an option, which is like select a file from your phone and
Okay, no, I mean, it should work, right? Like it's just a URL, right?
yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I'm trying. I could see it in the Lottie previewer, but not letting me download the link. It's just like doesn't respond when I try.
It looks like I found where a session replay does take some memory usage, but it's only in the profiles, and linking a profile to the session replay, it looks like not everything has a replay. But if you go into the profile, and what is it? Yeah, so if you go into sampled events, you go into profile, you can see how much memory was in usage, but not like where, you know, the memory was allocated. But you can see with the time graph, like the memory heap. Like, for example, like when the app starts, looks like it's like already at 500 megabytes, but then it goes up and up and up to 700 megabytes in this session I'm looking at. But this isn't like your session in particular.
Okay. Isn't that about where I think we looked at TikTok and they were like 700 megabytes? It's like, that's not too crazy, right?
Right. I mean, most phones, like iPhones now, I think I have 5 or 6 gigabytes of memory.
Right. So then how on earth did I crash it with just going to the map?
Is it possible you had a bunch of other apps open? I mean, shoot, this one only had 250 megabytes of memory.
Available?
No, it was using 250 megabytes of memory.
And it crashed?
No, I don't see like where, if you go into profiles, I can share this window here. Is this it? Subcategories. I'll show you what I see. So if you go in profiles in Sentry and you find a transaction, let's say you want to find, you know, some of these stacks actually have transactions. So go to the, I guess this would be the subcategory map. And then if you go to sampled events, you can see like during the duration what it did. See, and if you hit profile, you get something like this. So this is somebody who is in QA. You can see within transaction, we were loading some stuff from Cloudinary. Here is the heap usage. So you can see we started with 750 megabytes of memory. It went up to a little over a gigabyte. There's just all this information you get. You know, you really got to dive into it to get, like, all this is just like, you know, React Native under the hood stuff. This is more or less the transactions here. But I'm guessing if the front end tracks the certain transactions rather than just like a screen page load, you can get this information. But it's not necessarily tied to a session replay. So if I go here in this replay, yeah, see, it doesn't say it found any traces, but this looks like this is you from 19 minutes ago. Oh, this is your crash.
Okay.
So
yeah, press play on the
it just, that's all I saw was your home screen.
Okay.
But if I go in to either of these guys, yeah, like your memory, I go to this one. Oh, not this replay. Sorry, I gotta go into this profile. Is the same one? Yeah, same one. Let me go to this one. Now, this is the one where, this is the last one I see. Now it doesn't give you errors or anything, but it does say that the application was using a gigabyte of memory at this time. So whenever you load it, you went from 765 megabytes, and within half a second, you went from 760 to 1 gigabyte. So I wonder if it's possible that the map has like a big memory spike that happens, and when you go over a gig, I wonder if iOS starts treating it differently.
Mm.
But that's all I see here is that you notched over a gig at the very end of it.
Mm.
But
Yeah, I'm aware of this, like of this like dashboard here essentially, but that's all I was saying. Like it tells you the RAM, but does not tell you what really exactly causes the rants. Like there's like some stuff there, like the thread and all of that, but it's not really straightforward. Like yeah, it's a lot of things generic there. It's not. I would say like it's really hard to pinpoint the cause from what we see in here.
Mm.
As far as you know.
Oh, well, how do we cure the defect?
Well, if it's reproducible and it's hopefully like it crashes every time, like when you go to map, not like crashes, but like the memory spikes when we go to map, then we can inspect that more. Like Xcode has like some tools to tells you what what objects are using the memory. You can look into and see. Also, like we using an old version of the map, like we haven't upgraded that like since a year or something. So maybe there's something um there with just an upgrade. It could help.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any reason not to upgrade?
No, just like we haven't worked on the map for a really long time. We just need to look into what's the new changes they introduce, and if it's all good for us, then we can upgrade.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm a little concerned because we're fixing one thing with the favorites button, but introducing problems now where we didn't have them with the main function of the wheel in the map, where so kind of makes us worse off. If yeah.
You say like the fixes we did for favorites, it's the one that's causing the normal map to not match up the colors and everything.
Well, just that, but also that crash, that was a first. I've not had the app crash in a really long time. And it crashed when I was using the wheel in the map. So I'm assuming it's related.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I that if you go to the crash, so if you go to issues and you see where it says, where was it? Watchdog termination. You go back and you want to go back 90 days. These are all the crashes that we have for that. It says 56 times in the past 90 days, but I don't think they're all necessarily on the map.
And is this just QA?
We'd have to see. This says Sircles QA, so probably here. Let's see.
That Circles QA, it's like
Is that for both? iPhone 8. I wonder if this is Johnny.
Maybe.
What user is this? Does it say? Yeah, that says App Store. I don't know whose IP version build. Yeah, it doesn't give me a user.
What's that build there?
Where's what?
The build? It says 220.
Yeah. Oh, that's 2080. What is somebody doing in 2080? 2 days ago.
Where do you see that again? Show me.
Right here. It says 2088. Who was in this build 2 days ago? That wouldn't be Johnny.
No.
Okay, let's go back.
That makes sense why they might get a crash.
One in 98.
Get a user ID, don't you, Jerry?
No, it doesn't have one.
Really?
Not for that error. So if I go here, oh, this is somebody on the map. Sorry, let me go back.
I think that was mine.
This is. No, it
Actually, maybe not.
if there's no user ID, meaning he was on onboarding.
there is no replay or anything, because I think this is before session replay. I mean, okay, wait, who was on iPhone 8, iOS 16, 2.0.88?
Let me see if I can find it in Amplitude.
Yeah, it had their phone number on there. Yeah, right there.
Oh, wait.
Right there at the session replay.
Oh, that's a different one.
Oh.
Okay.
He's navigating between two.
Okay. Let me just go back to here. So yeah, this looks like John. He said, yeah, this was in QA. Well, no, iPhone 14 Pro.
You know, that's not mine. I have a 13.
But yeah, this is somebody who was on the map who looks like they had an issue.
Is that a crash?
It says crash. So we're yeah, fatal. So here, who's this? 7 days ago. This person is just on the discovered feed. But this is iPhone 14, 2.2.0. Is there a trace that we have with this? No, it doesn't.
What was the date on the 2.0.88 one?
It was like yesterday? 2 days ago. So third. Okay, so we're gonna go to this is somebody on the map. Oh, what's that, Danny?
I found that.
Oh, you found him?
Yeah, it doesn't have a user ID here either. I don't know how they are doing this, but they're in the app.
Well, it's a really old version, right? So maybe the last time they updated was a year and a half ago.
Yeah, what I can see is they favorited Du Bois Italian cuisine. So let me go see who favorited it on that day.
Okay. So you could, I mean, theoretically, you could have the app for 2 or 3 years. Maybe you don't have automatic updates on, but maybe they manually updated it like a year and a half ago. But that means they never went back through onboarding to get like a new user ID or the new token updater and all the stuff that we do to like refresh it.
Less fish burn.
So this is kind of an edge situation because like it's a really old version and whatnot. But I'm on the latest.
Yeah.
My iPhone 13.
It was just how they got in there. I'm just looking through here and watchdog termination. Yeah, this is somebody else on the map from iPhone 14. So it looks like there are multiple occurrences that are happening. Let's see what this guy did.
Okay.
Nothing doesn't say anything here for him.
So one thing I want to add here, Jerry, like 1 week before I was using iPhone 8 and crash happened for me also on that iPhone 8.
Was crashing where on it?
So I was doing testing with our message things there, message, map, all those things. So app was crashing on iPhone 8. So I closed that. Yeah.
You should let us know, Amit, if you're experiencing crashes.
So I thought iPhone 8 we are not supporting. It is a very old phone.
You are definitely supporting iPhone 8.
Oh.
Yeah, it should work on fine, right? It should work fine on an iPhone 8, right?
Yeah. Well, I think we also disabled the session replay on iPhone 8, so
Recently we did, yes. But
The same thing I tested on iPhone 14, John. That time it was working.
yeah, until it doesn't, like it maybe works more often. But I mean, it just crashed on me on my iPhone 13 Pro. So it's maybe
my laptop is shut down. So once it will charge, I will let you know.
Okay, thank you. Let us know. So then, yeah, maybe it's more stable on newer iPhones, but if it's crashing at all, it's a problem. So we're and it's indication we're doing something wrong if the memory is spiking, right?
Mhm.
So what are we doing wrong and how do we fix it?
Well, one thing that I'm curious to know is what is the effect of the memory footprint after we convert to the .lottie? Because it sounds like some of the lotties are being saved in the hub. in the memory when the app is active. I wonder what the footprint changes to after Lottie library update.
I mean, could probably tell us that because he's been.
Yeah. Like I did some. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, there was like a lot of saving. Like I found the screenshot. Like currently, well, at that time when I was like before migrating, I did a test. Like the app was like just like the home without doing anything. The app was sitting as like 300 megabytes, and after like the migration and the upgrade and everything, it was like 190.
Okay.
Yeah. So like
So yeah, that saves us.
yeah, for sure. It saves us a lot, like memory, and also like the startup time. It was like faster. The app opens faster than it was before. The bundle size decreased. Yeah, like it was a lot of things. So
Well, and that's good, but I still think we're not revealing something going on. Like if you were to open the map right now, I mean, by tapping on the food and drink category,
okay.
to me, my perception is that there's a lot of it's a heavy load. Like you can see it's a little jumpy in the transition, and I'm having trouble describing it. You really have to see for yourself. But to me, it seems like too much is going on at one time. And
I have some suggestions that maybe the map's too busy. Like because we're putting images on the map, are we sure that we're using an optimized version from Cloudberry? Like, for example, are we resizing that user profile correctly?
I think we are. Amin would know.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so we are using an optimized image from Cloudberry. That's good.
What's your sense? I mean, when you open the map, doesn't it? Don't you get the feeling that it's very close to crashing?
Give me a second. I want to test that. I don't see it right now. I'm testing the latest on this flight. Maybe because I don't have a lot of data there. That's why.
Oh, I just crashed it.
Yeah, go where it's really busy on the map. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe like change your location to Sacramento and see what happens.
Yeah. So like I went map back, map back, map back. I did it like 5 times, and the 5th time it crashed.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that means like memory like issue there going on. But that doesn't mean necessarily with the changes they will just introduce.
Maybe it's always been that way.
Yeah.
Coming from 2.1.98. A lot of these.
Okay.
So
I think 98's in the App Store then.
and this one, yeah. Well, App Store is 2.2.0.
That's true.
An older build even before that. So
But that was just right before it. So it's not that old.
Baton Rouge. Who's this? iPhone 12 mini, Baton Rouge on. Is this Diana? 216? Yeah, I think this is Diana. Oh yeah. Interesting. Yeah, this is Diana. River Bane. Sparks. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can already see where they're loading the wheel. You can see the ones actually that we don't even have the session replay. You can see, look, it's loading Mapbox assets. Yeah, Mapbox. Yeah. Yeah, so it looks to be like whenever we're loading category icons, a lot of these are linked to the map because they're trying to load the category icon. So it's either the map or the wheel.
Okay.
That's what I'm concluding here. I don't know how we can determine which component is responsible for more memory, but oh wow, we're on, what is this, 2.1.50 a month ago. What is people in these old app versions?
They don't have automatic updates on.
Yeah. Wow, there's somebody on an iPhone 16 Pro with 2.1.50.
Well, I mean, if they don't have automatic updates on, it wouldn't have the latest version.
When did we do 2.1.50? Because I'm saying the 16 Pro came out in September.
Yeah, good point. Probably around then.
Yeah, that's not first event. No, December 5th. When did we do? Okay, release create October 25th. Yeah, so it was like literally right when the phone came out. Okay.
Kind of makes sense. They installed the app, you know.
Hmm.
Were you gonna say something?
So again, app cast, I turned on my iPhone 8 and I updated test flight build and opened the app. It's telling me update your app. So I click on update and app cast.
Okay.
Is this it?
Yeah, I save the script.
Yeah, this is you. Yeah, it says app hanging.
Oh boy.
But is this just right when you open the app?
Yes, yes. So what did not, I went to test flight, I updated the app and then click on open. It's direct me to the update screen. And I click on update. After a few seconds, it's hang and crash comes.
Can you try to force close and reinstall your app? It looks like it's like trying to sign you out for some reason. It's called a sign out method. Maybe uninstall and reinstall the app.
But we got to be careful here. So Ismail, where do you fall in that?
I mean, you're using an old version, right?
He's 2.2.02.
New version, old phone.
But I'm like not the phone version, like the app version.
App version's new.
New.
But before doing the test flight, you said like you went to this flight and installed it.
Yeah, test flight, and then we have an OTA pending, so it has.
Yeah, but he said just like 15 minutes ago, like when Amit was using 2.150 or something like that.
No, that was somebody else.
So you're always using the latest version.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I thought like it has something to do with Firebase because I remember this issue. It's like related to Firebase, the bad access one.
I have uninstalled the app, installing again from the test flight, so I need to.
Yeah, so it was a fresh install. The OTA triggered immediately to say there's an update. Press the update button. Then he got to the lobby because he sent a screenshot into development, and you can see he made it to the lobby where it crashed.
Yeah, I don't know. Like this first time I'm seeing this, but if
it's also an iPhone 8, but then again, that shouldn't be.
Well, I do want to see that the iPhone 8 actually has 2 gigabytes of memory, which is interesting. I mean, yeah, we want to make sure it works. So I'm not going to say that we disregard it, but I will say let's keep in mind it does have 2 gigabytes of memory.
Well, no, this crash has nothing to do with RAM. Like this crash is like a null pointer exception. It's like the app Firebase library for sure trying to access an object in memory it's no longer there for some reason. That's why it's crashed.
I wonder because I changed that test number. I don't know because that test number is that's a test number that I set up and I changed it.
So, but how did he get to the lobby? He got far enough to get to the lobby though.
Well,
I wanted Ismail to be aware of it because he's the one who pushed the OTA and the kill switch. And I want to make sure that's not going to be a widespread issue if we're trying to push this OTA situation with that forced update. I don't want 10 or 90% of people crashing. So what, I mean, what was null? Like, what do you suspect?
Yes, like from the stack trace, it has something like the off, so it's Firebase. And I'm not sure, John, if you remember, but I remember like when I was working on the app check, and I did an upgrade which causes the old versions to crash as well. If you like coming in from an old version, it will crash.
Yeah, well, wait.
I'm not sure if you remember, but like it's from the stack trace, like similar to it, but this is only gonna be true if Ame was using a really old version before upgrading to the latest. If not, if it was
So before update, it was old version. I mean, yes.
like a really old version.
So before update, it was old version installed on my phone.
Or like really old, like 5 months old, like something like that.
No, not 5 months old.
Like just one version back.
Well, so it's like it will be like 1 or 2 week old, 2 week older app installed. So I'm not using iPhone 8 anymore. I'm using so when I need to do test my accounts, so that time I'm using 2 app.
So yeah, but yeah, it seems like this is like some Firebase issue. You're like it's like the stack trace. It says like trying to sign out this user. I don't know why it would be doing it. So while it was trying to do that, it has this bad access exception. But what is it exactly? It's not shown in the stack trace.
Okay. So what we don't want is this to be widespread.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like it could be, which means we can't rely on that forced update OTA.
Well, I just tried it when I just did this flight, and I saw that screen, the force update screen.
Yeah.
And I did it. It just worked fine for me.
Yeah. But you're not on an iPhone 8. I feel like it has something to do with the iPhone 8.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe not. So we got a lot to uncover here. Okay, one at a time. So the app seems to be crashing with memory spikes around the wheel and map usage. So like, remember I said I went to the map, came back, went to the map, came back. I did it a few times and it crashed. So where is there a memory leak or what? Why would that happen?
Well, yeah, it's a memory leak somewhere about why exactly happening. What's the action that's the one that we need to figure out and work on. But yeah, it's for sure it's a memory leak.
Yeah, I could see here on your this is your session, John, that you caused that jacked everything up. It was a watchdog termination from the map. Now I don't know if I have any traces that I can tie to it. Maybe I mean the backend queries are pretty fine. Let's see. Maybe I can go to profiles. Let's see. Category map. I think where I found it last time. Sample events. Maybe this is it. That's 916 number. Holy moly! Wow, your memory keeps going up. And it says right here you're using 3 gigabytes of memory.
Okay. So, I mean, maybe toggle back and forth from the map and let's see what happens in memory. We try that, I mean?
Yeah, I can do that. I need to re-log in again and just give me 2 minutes. Yeah, also just remember, could be Apollo. Could be the Apollo cache doing it as well. I remember that as well. Like Apollo can crash the app if we keep just updating the cache, updating it.
Two gigabytes of text seems kind of
Yeah. No. It is like I remember I've seen it like with our app. Like I remember like in the that subscription that was triggering like every second or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, that was causing Apollo cache to be increasing memory because it was like happening really fast. I mean, every second or something like that. But if we're not really optimizing, also, yeah, keep in mind the query you were using in the map and all of that, they're old. So for sure, they need some optimizations, like from Apollo to just cache what we need and not everything. Maybe that's a thing that we need to look into.
Do we even need a cache on the map? I don't.
I mean, the cache is there by default. Like that's how Apollo work. Like so once you requested the URL, it will save everything to the cache. So next time it will get things the cache from you, unless you explicitly say don't like save to cache or don't get this API from cache. By default, this is the normal like default behavior.
Yeah, John, I just want to kind of soothe you here. Like, I know this is something that we need to address, but I don't know if you recall way back when I was talking to a guy who's like that React Native god. One of the first times I was working with him, we were working on a GraphQL API, and the first thing that he told me is, yeah, sometimes Apollo can run away with caching. So sometimes I just don't even bother caching because how bad it is with cache management. So like, I mean, even people who are experts at this, like, they know Apollo has this tendency. So
what's our alternative then?
I mean, what he told me was just like, I don't cache anything because I just don't like how Apollo manages cache. But maybe
we lose some critical functions, right?
Well, I mean, Apollo lets you cache everything at the query level. So you don't have to turn it off like for the entire app. But we could try to take it turn it off with map queries and see what happens.
I see. Let me ask, I mean, what about that? What about picking spots and turning it off like on the map?
Yeah, we can do that like for the map here. Like we see it if it's really needed or not. If it's not needed, we can just remove it or not rely on it.
Do we need it? Like what's the benefit? Is it like maintaining like
we'll have to look into the code and see that we update the cache manually for it to have things available as soon as the user commits some action. So that's where we use cache.
Yeah. I mean, it would be nice to cache, like, let's say I change categories, like spin the wheel to a different category and come back. But maybe that's not really that necessary because especially if it's causing crashes.
That might be what's making it crash. Is that think about all the permutations that you can have on that map for each category.
Yeah.
That might be it. That might be a lead for it.
Well, right now, like I've been navigating back and forth with the map, and it's not crashing for me. And
okay, let's try the categories. Like maybe scroll the wheel.
Scroll and go back. Let's see.
Because it does a refetch every time you change the category, and if that's caching, that could pile up.
It's not crashing. Yeah.
But you're on your emulator on your computer.
Yeah, check the memory usage at least on the simulator.
Yeah, now you have your full computer power behind it.
I got that. No, like the limited. I don't have access to
Yeah.
all.
It's throttled to an extent, but maybe we can at least still see if the memory's climbing or not.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, see.
Because I mean, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, if the memory's climbing significantly, it's going to crash for some people sometimes.
Something I could try and
Okay, so then now we have potentially different issue with this OTA, the force update thing. So while you're doing that, I mean, I want to get Ismail's opinion on and Amit.
Again, my app crashed, so can I say that I did the recording also this time?
Yeah, share that with us. Will you take a look at that, Jerry?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna go while I'm doing this. Let me get my memory.
Okay. So Ismail, Amin was saying that if a user is on a very old version and they try and do that update, that forced update, it's going to crash on them. Is that expected?
Well, we don't. I think that's what he meant, but even if they
Yeah,
are
that's
not, yeah.
What were
So
you
I
saying?
guess
Amin?
if they are not a very old version, we're not gonna have a OTA update for them to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also true, John. What I meant, it's not like if a user like updating if it's an old version, because that force update OTA, it's only for new versions. It's not gonna be.
Yeah, it's not even visible or available, right? For an older version.
Yeah, it's not visible. It's not even. Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
I was saying like if a user has like a really old version and he did a normal upgrade through the App Store to the new version, this could cause a issue, but it's not necessarily related to the OTA because and it's like the specific version, and I don't think we pushed that specific version to not really specific version, but like if a user is really, think of it like that. Users before we implemented the app check and the upgrade to the new version where there's an app check. It seems sometimes like this is could happen, like this issue could happen when they do OTA, but I don't know why. Honestly, it doesn't make any sense to me. But that's what I'm suspecting for now.
I literally I'm watching the memory just run away while I'm on the map. When I opened the map, I had 1 gigabyte of memory usage, and all I can do is go back between these two categories and watch this number.
Okay.
That's another 50 megabytes of usage. And look, I'm just literally going between the same two categories. These should be cached.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, if you're not in an area with a lot of results, see how many results are on that screen? I think that's going to make a big difference, right?
I'm just going, and look, it's just still going. It's at 2.73 gigabytes right now, 2.78, and I'm just at dessert now. If we go to like American food, maybe, yeah. Let's see how much data we can get in these categories, because some of these categories have a lot of data, and I saw the cache go up as much as like 200 mega. I mean, the memory goes up as much as like 200 megabytes. I mean, it's just still going. Like,
so is the solution turning off the Apollo cache here?
Okay, well let's try that out. So we could go here, and this would be what, community? The community tab, it would be.
Also, I don't think it's necessarily turning it off. I think it's just bad cache management. Like, probably somebody has old logic where they keep adding to the cache. I've seen that a lot in old code.
Versus clearing it out.
No, they just keep piling it up. So, and with cache, you have to manage it properly. What that means is you can't keep adding to it. You have to like replace data in cache.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it could be bad cache management. Um, we don't know if we do need cache in maps or not, but I really don't think like because it's on necessarily it's a problem. I think somebody's doing something wrong with the cache, and that's the problem.
I figured that was probably true, but then I was thinking, well, if we don't need it, maybe we don't try and finesse.
We'll have to see if we need it or not. And when we turn it off, so I know so there's two ways where we're handling cache. In the past, so Apollo gives you like, you can handle it on the query level, which is what we're doing now, but you can also handle it on a more global level, which we kind of steered away from because of how problematic and confusing it is to handle it on a global level. So me and I've been kind of handling it on query level.
Which is better, right?
So, yeah, it's easier to understand at least. So handling on a global level does come with its perks in terms of if you set it up right, you don't have to set it up in a lot of other places. It takes care of a lot of things for you. But I remember it was a nightmare getting it to work right. Remember when EJ was still here and we kept like something as basic as the scroll feed, we never got it right. There used to be either a jump or something missing or something misplaced. I don't know if you remember. Yeah, that's because they were trying to handle it on the global level. And like I said, it's not that it's a bad approach, it's that it's very tedious to get right. And it's very easy to break.
Right, okay. So, okay. So hold that thought. What were you gonna say, Jerry?
So I'm just gonna try it again. I changed it to no cache. And we'll see what happens whenever I change the wheel.
Okay.
The query's not taking a long time. Like, the query's fine. But going back and forth is kind of.
So it almost sounds like maybe, Ismail, we need an audit of anywhere we're using Apollo Cache where potentially there's a lot of data coming through and taking a close look.
Yeah, I think we should look at that global one to see if there is anything configured for maps. If there is, we should probably clear it. And then we should handle it on the query level and monitor it.
And the cache isn't like explicitly defined in this file, for example. That's just defined right here by the fetch policy. So it was using the network only right here. So I don't know if maybe that's the global area, the global, come on, where's my simulator?
No, when I say like the other cache would be inside a Apollo file. Let me see, what was it called? It's called Apollo cache.ts. Commented out most of the stuff in there. Let me see. There's still some things in there, which probably.
Okay, so if I go to the map, let's see how much. So I have 600 megabytes when I first opened the app, and then just the first page loaded up with 500 megabytes. So let's see how fast I can make this go up.
Now this is with Apollo Cache off.
This is with it off at the query level.
Okay.
Okay, it's still going. I'm gonna go across all the categories here in food and drink. It's still going up. Maybe this is the global cache or something that Ismail was referring to, but
yeah. So go to Apollo cache.tsx or .ts. Sorry.
Apollo cache.
The file name
Here?
Yeah.
I see, yeah.
So this is the global cache we have. Now it's not necessarily going to be like it could be connected to a certain query we're using in maps.
These are connected.
query fields need.
So we can try, and at that level, so at this screen, so what, sorry, I was just a little distracted. What do you do to get it to add cache? You just navigate between what screens?
Oh, no, you don't even have, just go on the map and
Just go on the map.
just scroll through. the wheel.
Rotate the
A
wheel.
second here, let me see something.
Rotate the wheel. It does help if you go to an area with a lot of results too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just change your location to Sacramento and go through it.
And it's still going up on you, Jerry?
Oh yeah, I mean, right now I'm at 1.32. Maybe that's, oh no, now 1.48. I mean, it's always going up. Like, there's no reason that it needs to add, 30 megabytes to the memory. I know this is data that I've already seen before. These images are images I've already seen before. Let's see. Yeah, it's still going. I mean, like, pizza jumped it up by that much. Every time I go to the pizza category, it jumps it by a good bit. So something here. Now these are just, let's see, looking at these profile favorites, profile fields, user relationship. I'm just going in here. There's no search. No, there's no search happening here. But now what I am seeing is, let's see, search by friend, search by user. So, darn it. I see every time you change a tab that it is fetching all 3 queries for each tab: community favorites and my favorites and friend favorites. Mm-hmm. So let's keep that in mind as well. It is executing all 3 queries at the same time.
Okay. So that's not ideal.
I guess that could be different. Actually, that's a good experiment here. If I go to, let me clear this out. If I change the tab, okay, so it's not recalling the query. So it has, like, when you change the tab, it isn't changing any queries, which is good. Yeah, it's not changing the queries. So all this stuff's already saved. But if I go into my memory activity monitor, so 217, I'm just curious if I can get memory to go up by just, what if I did that? What if I did, oh, wow, yeah, memory 241. $264. Mm-hmm. 263, okay, it went down. 272. I mean, I'm not even making a network call. Oh wait, it just made a new network call for get total. Okay, that was just a chat query. Yeah, I'm at 3 gigabytes of memory usage.
Right, so that's going to be a problem. So what's our solution here? What do we focus?
Figuring out why is the memory running away here. Now I am seeing that for the icons, the category icons, every time I change the map, it wants to refetch all the category icons. Like, I feel like that's something we could almost be caching.
Yeah, those are probably small amount, the icons that are on the wheel.
Yeah, let's see, is this saying anything about cache? Cache control. It doesn't, I mean, I don't know if React Native doesn't log it if it was from cache or not, but it's still making network calls for each of these icons. I mean, yeah, they're like 20 kilobytes each.
That's tiny.
But still, it is refetching them every time.
So that, yeah, that's one area we can improve.
That's tiny.
Yeah, there's something much bigger, right?
Yeah, because so I haven't made a single GraphQL call. So maybe that's a tip. Like going in this view, I'm just going and I'm changing the tabs, and I'm changing this.
Are you up to 4 gigabytes now?
Yeah. And this whole time, I've only done 10 megabytes of network traffic.
Can we do something? I want to start removing that global cache. Let's try to comment out that code and track memory level. So if we go back to this Apollo cache.
So if we go to Apollo cache, yes.
Yeah. So I've looked at the APIs that are getting called. None of them, we don't manually store any of their cache. So maybe it's here. So I'm assuming we might have some of this stuff still needed, but maybe you could try slowly removing some of these functionalities. So,
well, for the cache, here.
let's see if can we remove it all together?
Yeah. So if we do, I think the default is new in memory cache. Let's see, Apollo.
I might just have it just not update any cache here.
Yeah, I'm checking.
Which might break some old flows. But we'll see.
Let's see, in memory cache. I'm gonna see if we can like.
I mean, are you back? I mean, stepped away. But I do love the idea of getting rid of that global setting, especially like what you described, Ismail. That sounds like it's probably been.
Let's see what happens.
A red issue in all kinds of places.
So now we're just using the default setting. Okay, so when I reloaded the app, I'm going through the onboarding flow. So I mean that kind of broke something already.
Okay. So that's not good.
Yeah, well, if we do get rid of it, we're not gonna do it all at once. We're gonna do it incrementally, and we're gonna see. Like, we're gonna have to remove small parts and see what they affect, and handle them separately. So it's not gonna be just remove it, and, plug and play. It's gonna be a process, but
name.
But if it's global, how do you remove small parts?
Yeah, it doesn't even have my name in here, so.
Well, even though it's global, it's still broken into pieces. Like, it's logic that you add that affects different parts of the app.
Oh, I see. I see.
And that's why you can see how because like our app is very cache heavy. You can see that handling all the cache in one place, how that can get very messy.
Yeah.
Let's see if my home even loads. Yeah, my home loads.
Well, yeah, this wouldn't break the app. You'll just, you'll not have like cache and stuff and
Okay, so let's see, we're at 1,000 megabytes. Well, I was at 700 when I opened the map, but let's go to like American food. Oh, there was one other that went crazy.
But pizza.
Pizza, yeah. Okay, we're at 1.2 gigabytes. I mean, we still,
yeah, it's still growing pretty fast.
it's still growing. Could it be the map? I mean, yeah, 1.6.
Yeah, never mind. Maybe it's not well, that global cache, right now, we removed most of the things. Like, I remember I did a session where I removed a lot of it. It's commented out. But
So-
if it's not breaking anything, I don't want to touch it at the moment just because it's
One thing I'm this
something else causing the problem. What's that?
this warning for our RCT view, like it's showing up a lot as I go on the map. I wonder if it could potentially be putting something. I mean, oh shoot, I'm already up to 2.5 gigabytes of memory. I'm up to 3 gigabytes of memory. I think it's even going faster now. 4 gigabytes of memory. Lucky.
Yeah, so it looks like like the actions you do, like it.
Now,
Like, for example, like it keeps like with every action, it takes all the past data and repiles it up. You know what I mean? So it's gonna grow at an exponential rate.
wait, what's this? Cache persister. Why is debugging true?
Where is that?
In Apollo Client V2.
Don't tell me it's like something that simple.
Debugger true.
Let's see what happens here.
You turn off the cache persister and
Well, it says it. Well, there's cache persister.
Mhm.
Let's see.
I don't think that's a problem.
Well, putting anything in debug mode would increase your memory usage.
I mean, yeah, we probably shouldn't have it in debug mode.
Only for local development. So if I go here now, let me go to my simulator. And we're going to, so now, because I got the global cache disabled,
I think it's probably safe to put that back.
well, let's see what happens here, just for testing. I have 571 megabytes of memory. If I go to the, sorry, if I go to the wheel, if I go up, I just want to go to my food and drink. Yeah, I don't have a user key here, so I don't have data to fetch. But let's just go crazy on the map real quick. Yeah, it's not even querying, and it's going crazy.
That means it's probably not a polo.
I think it's the map. Yeah, I think it's actually, I'm already at 4 gigs, and I'm not even querying the database right now. It's the map.
is it something pretty easy to identify? I mean, one thing we can do is update.
I mean, shoot, I'm already at 7 gigabytes of memory usage just by toggling back and forth. Are we like initializing a new version of the map on the back end? Oh, come on, like 8 gigabytes? Yeah, any phone would have crashed by now doing this.
Right.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm not getting the same behavior though. That's weird.
But he changed some settings with cache.
Yeah, I'm already at 12 gigabytes of memory.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is I'm doing whatever Jerry's doing, and my RAM is not growing like his is. Why is that?
Let me go to food and drink, and let me do it on my phone. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, she's chugging. Let's see. Yep, I made it crash. I made it crash on my physical device doing the same exact thing.
That's so weird. Is that why can I not like that? That was super quick.
Can you go on your device, Ismail? I mean, I'm at my house and I have my location, set to my home.
Yeah, I'm on my device now and I'm doing the same thing. But it's not like even on my simulator, it's not eating up memory like yours is. I feel like there's more to it. There's also other conditions that have to be met.
Can somebody else? I mean, are you able to reproduce this on the device?
I just went back. So, reproduce what exactly?
So if you go open the app,
Mm-hmm.
click the home button, and then click food and drink, and then just go between map and list, and just go really fast. I'm talking about like just toggle between them as fast as you can. And I would say within like 30 seconds, you're going to make the app crash.
Okay.
And it's going to be from a memory error.
Yep. It did it for me.
It did it for you?
Yeah, it was like an unexpected error or something like that.
Now,
Yeah,
Jerry, tell them that you actually disabled the global Apollo cache.
Yeah, we disabled the global Apollo cache. I'm not even making GraphQL queries. It's when I'm toggling between the map and the list. It causes the memory to go crazy.
Okay, for me, I was able to reproduce it, but I just have to go back to the wheel and then press on the map again. So it looks like what's happening is every time we open the map, it's holding on to the old instant and opening a new one somehow, some way. So I really think this is a map problem, not a cache problem.
I want to ask one question here. Is it possible it's only in the latest build? Because I'm doing this in production and I'm not having any trouble.
Okay, so here's what you're gonna do, John. Go to the map, go back, and then open the map again. And then leave to the wheel back home, open the map again. Do that a few times, and you should experience a very slow phone and maybe crash eventually.
Yeah, I can on the newest build, but not in production. Then again, I am on an iPhone 16 Pro Max.
Just keep doing it. Just go to the map, like click on food and stuff, then back, then click on food, then back, click on food, then back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about 20 times now. I'll keep doing it.
Maybe take it one step further. Click food, click list, then back. Click on the food and drinks, click the list tab, change it, back to the map, and then back.
Yeah.
I think that would eventually lead to it.
Yeah, and I'm even rotating the wheel. I'm beating up on it in production, and it's not slow.
My phone just crashed.
In production?
I'm in build. Yeah, I'm the latest test build.
Right, I am not. I'm in production, and I am not having any slowdown, any issues at all. But I can do.
Can you go to production and repeat this real quick?
Okay, yeah, I'm in 2.2.02. Let me go to 2.2.0.
Oh, I finally got it to kind of hang up. There it goes. It crashed. Okay, that's okay.
Never mind. Never mind, Jerry. You don't have to go. I'm pretty sure it's the map itself being like when you close the map, it doesn't really close, and then when you open a new one, it's like you have two maps open.
And then you have
something like that nature.
And then you have 4.
So I just gave it to Claude. Let's see what it does. Just first pass. We're just it's saying it's going to try and dispose of any resources when the map is disposed. So is it like on map clone? I don't know what it's doing, but we'll see. See what it does.
One more thing I want to bring in your attention, might be you already aware about it. So what is happening? I'm on the QA version of the app, but getting a broad notification.
Yeah, that's the new thing.
So that happens, but it will only happen with QA testers. It won't happen with like,
Oh, yeah, right, you mentioned that.
yeah.
Okay. I hope you're right about that.
Well, how would another user like? So he's getting phones because his phone is subscribed to both
Okay.
the QA account and the prod account, and they both have different keys. So if somebody only has one phone and they have one account, it's not possible for them to get.
Okay. Okay.
See what happens here. Just first pass, we'll see what happens.
But where this can be, well, actually, I take that back. Jerry, do QA testers and like if I have a same account QA and prod, would I have a different? Would I have a different one signal key?
No, because we use the same one signal environment for both QA and production.
Okay. So yeah, that means other people shouldn't have any problems because even if they change accounts, it'll be a different key.
Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's go to a first pass. So we got 880 megabytes of memory. Let's see what we can do here. 1.3. We're at 2.2. Yeah, we're already at 5 megabytes.
So how do we resolve this?
Wish I knew, but
I mean, what do you think? You have any ideas?
we're able to reproduce. That's the golden rule here. We can reproduce.
Yep.
First thing to fixing it.
Yeah.
With switching map and list and with no Apollo, I would say maybe how we decide which view to be which view to be visible, whether the map and the list. That what caused the issue. More of like how we handle like this view logic. Just to show.
It also happens if you go between the subcategories on the map. Right, Jerry, if you go to the wheel, the tap on the map toggle, Jerry.
Yeah. I mean, anything.
You rotate the wheel, it also does the same problem here.
No, I wonder, this may be a different thing because it's not querying any data.
But isn't it going up?
It was when it was fetching data. I wonder if it isn't because it's not fetching data here. Because see, I'm getting query errors because I disabled that global cache. So,
Okay.
I mean, it's going up a little bit, but not as much. I mean, the biggest thing I could do is just toggle between these guys and you can watch it go crazy. Now, the only thing I see here is that this map component is wrapped in an observer. But let's see. Let's see what version we have for our React Native Mapbox. React Native Mapbox and our yarn. We're in 10.1.24. If we check here, so that's interesting. We're on 10.1.24. This can't be right.
No, Amin said we're way behind in versions.
Well, let's see. 10.1.24 came out. 10.1.24 came out May 15th, 2024.
Almost a year.
So we're almost a year behind. The change log, let's see what it says, anything about new changes. 10.1.35, memory leak.
Memory leak fix.
Yeah,
let's upgrade it. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Shit,
So-
something as big as Mapbox would have such a big bug in it.
So let's see. So sorry.
Maps.
Oh, maps. Haha, hey. Let's see. And I probably need to do a fresh install here. So yeah, this memory leak was just reported December 1st. What caused it?
I mean, it could still not be related to what we're experiencing.
True.
Yeah, well, they say iOS only. So if Chantel is able to, I get a red. What that red means. It's in Cogent config. Yeah, the application module. Let's see if that. So is anybody on Android able to reproduce this?
Let's get Chantel to try it out. Chantel, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. Can you follow these same steps on the map there and see if crashes for you?
Yeah.
And Ismail, are there other areas where it's obvious like we should be undoing some of this Apollo cache?
No, like I did a good. I had I did a good amount of like cleaning up there a while ago. Haven't seen any problems then after that. So I thought this might be related, but it looks like it's not. So I don't think we should touch it at the moment.
Yeah. It looks like there's an issue installing the pods now with the new version. That's
Oh yeah, and what about that debugger that was left on?
I mean I reverted everything, but I don't,
Was that in production?
yeah, that's in the current production build.
And that, go ahead, Amin.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, delete the iOS folder.
Yeah, I tried to delete iOS.
And do yarn iOS, like just
Yes, create, install pods. It looks like something with the new package maybe isn't compatible with our version of React Native.
let me see.
I mean, I just went ahead to install latest, but yeah, see something. Enable base configuration file with pods. Yeah, it's something when trying to install the module for. Is this I'm looking for Cogent field?
Maybe you need to add something to the plugin because you have a plugin. Let me see.
So far, I haven't been able to get it to crash.
And are you going between the two tabs?
Yeah.
The map and list.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth between a few different screens.
And then, yeah, rotate the wheel.
Yep, I've been rotating the wheel.
Okay.
Yeah, something tells me that's our guy. Like this memory leak reported here,
Could be.
which we're on the right path. We just have to update it. Let's see. However,
How did you install Mapbox?
Yarn add.
Do you want to try installing it through npx expo install? Yeah. Or actually, let me see. Does Expo have a way to install Mapbox?
Let's see.
It has nothing to do with Expo. That.
No, it's not the. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I guess sometimes you can install it via Expo. But what that does is it just picks the best version for your Expo.
Mm-hmm. And I tried it, and it picks the latest version.
It picked the latest, okay.
Yeah, so it's same. And yeah, it seems there's like an issue there with the version. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that's weird is the map markers are not the right color for food and drink.
Yeah, I let Amin know about that.
I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you got a chance to look at that. I mean, I know we're jumping all over the place.
No, I haven't looked into it yet.
Do want to figure that out. And so I do want to also rule out anything from the changes you made to make sure that's not affecting performance of the map. It seems like it might not be related here.
So 3708. This is a bug that was added. Oh, it says January. Oh wait, memory leak. iOS leak memory. So it looks like there was a big change. React Native 76. Early on.
What about it?
What's our React Native version? I mean, do you know that?
Can you repeat that?
Do you know what version of React Native we're on?
I think 72. Let me be sure. No, 74.2.
4.2. Okay. Yeah, they're saying that React Native 76 has more. So enablement of new architecture in bridgeless mode.
No, we're not. We're not doing all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think we're going to upgrade our React Native version, but what is the latest React Native version or Expo?
Expo says 76. That's what they support.
I see. It's 77? 77 with SDK 52, but that's going way beyond what we need to right now, but
I don't think it's a React Native issue here.
Mm-hmm.
But what about updating Mapbox?
Yeah, we need to update Mapbox and try again, but I think Amin's looking into seeing if anything to do with the plugin.
Okay, is that what you're looking into, Amin?
Yep.
Okay. Ismail, I sent you a minor thing with that modal for the podcast. Did you get my Slack message?
Didn't open it yet.
It's I'm sure it's an easy one.
Okay, yeah, I can figure this out.
Cool.
I wonder how long this bug's been in the app, like in the Mapbox.
Right. I wonder. Well, you said you went back 90 days in Century, right? And there was crashes.
Yeah, I mean, there's crashes happening, for pretty decent time range. Like, I feel like it's actually been in the framework a while, but
probably.
Yeah, kind of
Well, it's not like it happens the first time too. You kind of have to build up the memory, right?
Yeah, but kind of as Mean called out, wow, like even Mapbox is having this, like Mapbox let something like this go so long.
Yeah. Yeah, that's surprising. Big companies use it. Like Uber uses Mapbox.
Right.
We're using the React Native implementation, so can be not really Mapbox, just like the layer that React Native add on the Mapbox with some.
So that when we update, we're not updating Mapbox. We're updating.
We're updating. So React Native gives you a way to use the native, like the original one that big apps uses. And with the updates of React Native Mapbox, some of them updates the original one because that's the base. Because React Native libraries of any other library we use, it's just like a layer, one more layer, so you can have access to the native components.
I see.
And yeah, that would probably be why the app, I would say, is almost unusable for anybody on the whole phone. Because that 2 gigabytes, I mean, I can put 2 gigabytes of memory in the app in 10 seconds.
Yeah, but you'd have to go to the map.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, but any new user exploring might get to the map sooner than they want, or sooner than we want to at that point. But yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, this is just iOS though. Android seems to be unaffected.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of how React Native packages work. Like, because like that's what Amin was saying, kind of with, Uber using their own, like they're using the native version of Mapbox, so they're not going through React Native.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, can I drop to anyone need anything from me?
Yeah, that should be fine. Does anybody need on it?
Does he know how to fix the React Native issue?
No.
Oh, you're good. You're good at that. Thank you, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Lynette. See you tomorrow.
I feel really good that if we can get this squashed, I think we might also see some other random issues go away.
Yeah. In fact, you made me think of something. While you have that console up where you're checking memory, can you fish around a little more and see where else you're seeing some memory spikes?
Yeah, let me look at that. I need to re-onboard, but it's it's the map. But I would just
thing, but perhaps chat, perhaps discover,
yeah, for sure. I'm just warming up some food right now, but when I get back, I'm gonna look at it.
Hey, Ismail, while we're doing this, what are you working on?
I just finished the count for who's going, if there's a maybe or a not going. It'd be a little tricky. Just updating the cache and all, and the styling needed to be changed. After that, right now I'm working on the app review. So I'm working on that state, which keeps track of 3 signature moves. I set it up for check-in. Now I'm trying to set it up for favorite.
Okay, cool. Let me show you something. You don't have to shift gears or anything, but I just want to bring this to your attention 1 second here. I think this only has to do with custom topics. When I onboarded on my test phone here, you know how we get, if it's a new conversation, like new topic, you get this, these 3 slides. Well, I started typing super fast before the Lottie could start. So you can see that the keyboard came up, which is a problem, number 1. But then number 2, when I got rid of it, there actually were more topics. So a few things were happening here. Like it didn't load all the topics, I guess. And the keyboard's in the way. So I don't know, I'm assuming that's custom topic related, or is it anytime if